YouTubers are being exposed left and right for colorism. People are digging up these old tweets and dragging them for the filth. Okay, but before I get into all of these tweets that are surfacing, I'm gonna first give you the definition of colorism so that we all are on the same page and understand exactly what it is. Colorism is prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Okay, so now that we're on the same page and we all know what colorism is, I want to also say that you don't go to sleep and wake up and these type of views are erased from your mind. You're not born again and suddenly delivered. More than likely, you carry this forever. Unless, of course, you're faced with backlash or you do some serious soul searching. Anyways, though, I'm going to read some of these disgusting tweets that these girls have shared, and then I'm going to be back to tell you guys what I think about it. The first YouTuber I'm going to be talking about is Ray Vaughn, and she's going to be followed by your favorite YouTubers, and here it goes. Here's what she had to say. Burnt/black crispy ass, funky musty, patch-headed ass, chipped ass toes, fat ass hoes, hashtag no play. Then her next tweet, she's talking about how, one of her followers is black as hell. Then she said, OMG, and when girls brush their baby hairs to the front and be like, ooh girl, I got good hair. Yeah, that's the only good hair you have. And then she said, oh, and I'm not black, LOL. Also in a tweet, she said, I hate when people ask me if I'm mixed. Do I look 100% black to you? It's pretty obvious I'm not. Then in another tweet in reply to someone, she says, I'm not fully black, Cameron, LOL, but thanks. And then she posted, if you're a boy and you don't have good hair, don't grow that shit out. Not cute. Then she posted, little Trey dark monkey ass always calling me fake. Then in a conversation thread with a guy, somebody posted to her and they said, somebody told me my baby was gonna be dark. Why would you curse me like that? And then she replied to him and she said, we're both light skinned, not gonna happen. And then he posted, that's scary though. I think it's funny that she considers herself light-skinned. I looked at a lot of her pictures, and before all of this happened, I didn't even consider her as light-skinned, so I find it funny. I think that, when girls feel like they have this quote-unquote good hair and, they have colored eyes, I think they automatically think that even though their skin color is a bit darker than a light-skinned woman, I think that they automatically throw themselves into the whole light-skinned pot. It's just really weird to me. But she then later came out on her Twitter and she gave an apology and she started talking about how y'all know I'm black and I like being black and I embrace it and I was young. I think a lot of these YouTubers and Ray Vaughn in specific, I think a lot of times they realize really, really quickly that their audience consists of a lot of black girls. And people identify with them because when they look at them, they view them as black YouTubers that, they can look up to. And these YouTubers then figure out, oh, well, I have these black girls. Let me not, make my audience angry. Let me act like I'm fake wokish. And, it's just all a play on people. I don't really believe it, though. But, hey, at least she was woman enough to come forward and speak on it. I will say, though, out of all the apologies that I've seen these YouTubers coming up with and the excuses that they were making and their rationale behind it, I think that Ray Vaughn seemed the most authentic and most genuine. But anyways, let me go on to the next person. So the next YouTuber on this colorism bus is a YouTuber by the name of Sayria Jade. I'm guessing that's how you say her name. I didn't even hear about her before this, but I'm guessing that probably has to do with we probably wouldn't connect mentally anyways. So tweets have resurfaced from way back when. My friend told this ratchet ass black girl to act her age, not her hair length. LMFAO. I totally seen @Louise at Walmart and yelled his name like some ghetto black chick, and I don't even think he noticed me. Hashtag disappointment. And then that awkward moment when the darkest person in the room, Midnight Dark, says they've gotten a suntan before. She also said, my dad said the darker you are, the meaner you are. And it's kind of true because dark people are mean. I hate when people, white and Mexicans, call me a black girl. Nothing about me is black. Aha. Okay, so those was her tweets. Here are my thoughts on the situation. The really sad and unfortunate thing about this whole situation is that she was conditioned to think this superiority from her parents. In the last tweet that I read, she said, "My dad said the darker you are, the meaner you are. Aha." So let me put this in context for you. Her dad is an African man. He went outside of his race and started to date a white woman. Now, generally speaking, there's nothing wrong with a black man dating a white woman. But when it comes to a black man dating a white woman and then he raises a daughter who has a lot of self-hate, what that tells me and what that shows me is this is a deep-rooted problem, and it started from her parents. He was conditioned to believe that him being black wasn't good enough. He grew this hate within him, and then he inflicted this same hate on his daughter. Now, her views is not acceptable because she was conditioned from her father, but I just wanted to point that out. She also shares stories of how, girls threw stuff in her hair, and she was picked on for being light-skinned. Me growing up in school, I don't recall light-skinned girls being picked on for being light-skinned. I always seen it the other way around, but that could just be from personal perception. Anyways, though, that's enough about her. Let me go on over to the next YouTuber. Okay, so Sayria and Austin of the Ace family are kind of the same type of person. So the YouTuber that I'm going to talk about next is Austin of the Ace family. There were a lot of tweets from Austin disrespecting black women. So to do damage control for his platform, he decided to do a video to address the rumors. In his video, there was a section where he showed his mother and she chimed in on what she thought about the situation. Before I give my thoughts on him and his mother, I'm going to read the disgusting tweets that he had to say about black women. St. Louis is scaring me away from black girls. Blondes with blue eyes are looking more appealing. Michigan black chicks make California black chicks look like beauty queens. Can't do black girls because after I'm done, I'm going to have to pay for their hair. Hashtag all bad. Okay, so those were a couple of the tweets that surfaced from Austin. Now I'm going to play a video from his significant other.
I'm in my car and I'm in the ghetto and I have to walk by those people right there. As a woman, do you know how stressful that is? I'm in my car and I'm in the ghetto and I have to walk by those people right there. As a woman, do you know how stressful that is?
Nah, sis, I don't know how stressful it is. I'm sorry, I can't relate. If she's talking about men in general doing catcalling, then that's one thing. But her by saying like, oh, me being in the ghetto and those people, it makes me wonder about who those people are. Is it black people that make you uncomfortable? Like, what's the tea, sis? You got a racist man, you got a racist significant other, and they make a perfect racist couple. Anyways, I'm going to spare her on my feelings about her because that would be a whole nother video. I'm going to focus on Austin since this is a colorism video in the black community. So let me give my thoughts on him. Okay, so here's how I think Austin and Sayria are like the same people. Sayria clearly put out there that her father has told her these things. Austin of the Ace family, I don't have any background on his mother, but the responses that she gave to the controversy, laughing it off, thinking that it was funny, and it just was unacceptable to me.
Perfect? I'm a dumbass. Oh, I'm not. Did you? Shit. 2011. How old was I? That was like 7 years ago?
Yeah.
I was in my teens.
I think about it. Wasn't your ex-girlfriend black?
You're right. Listen.
Oh, God.
Listen, hashtag all bad.
You're a jokester. That's a joke. I know it's a joke. I'm your mother.
Her responses and from the way that he is, I'm just going to take a wild guess that she's the same type of self-hating person that inflicted this same type of self-hate on her child, the same way that Sayria's dad did. First and foremost, you being a black woman, she should have been letting her son know where he went wrong and how he can get better from the situation instead of making excuses for his behavior. And like I said with Sayria, You dating outside your race is not a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing when you date outside your race because you have self-hating views within yourself, and then you raise these children and you make them believe that, their own race is not good enough. They are better than their own race because you mix their blood with a little white, Mexican, whatever it is. That's when I have a problem with it. And Sayria's dad and Austin's mom are the same people. They're the same people. They grew up to hate themselves, so they raised children that hate themselves, and the cycle continues on and on and on. What I want to see is Black women, Black mothers educating their boys, raising them up as kings, empowering them so that they know that they are good enough. You are good enough. That way, when they come to a Black queen, they can uplift a Black queen because they have already been risen up from a queen and raised into a king, and we can start breaking down some of these barriers. Anyways, though, that's enough about Austin's behind and his mama, who, I had so many issues with her response. Let me go on over to the next YouTuber and give my general thoughts about everybody. I'm going to do that at the end. Okay, so the next YouTuber I'm going to talk about is Mr. Clarence NYC. Queen Naja's BFF, smash partner, Mr. Wave Rider, the guy who, well, no, he's not riding Queen's wave because before he met her, he had all these modeling gigs and things going on. And since he met her, I don't see him doing any of that besides being around her and doing whatever she had to do. But hey, he was successful before her. Anyways, some old tweets have resurfaced of Clarence, and I guess basically he used to use another email account. He then switched over to the Clarence NYC account. Somebody dug up all his tweets, and here is what he has to say about our sisters. Please, to all Black girls that think it's okay to dye their hair blonde, y'all look like Black and Milds. The Black joints ain't touching that water, LOL. You're gonna have a bunch of Ben Wallaces in there, LOL. Then in another tweet, he said, nah, if you Black as hell and you have pink lipstick on, you gotta chill. And then in another tweet, he said, Black bitches be like, pull my hair, not my weave though. After he started getting dragged for these tweets, he decided to take to his Twitter and address things by saying, you guys do know I'm Black. I got Black sisters and I have Black this, Black that. First of all, being Black does not mean that you do not discriminate against your own race. That's exactly what colorism is. It is discrimination against darker skin tone in an ethnic group. Meaning, doesn't matter if you're Black or not, you have discrimination against people of darker skin tones. You feel like because you're lighter, you look better, you are better. And that's false. That's totally false. It really burns me up when people try to use that as a defense, like, oh, I'm Black, so how could I be? That's just like the racist person who says, how can I be racist? I got a Black friend. You know why you could be racist and have a Black friend? Because your Black friend that you have probably shares the same views that you have against their own race, and they probably self-hate their own race as well. So it's the same exact thing. But to be honest, when it comes to his character, after reading all these tweets from Mr. Arrogant and Unhumble, Clarence NYC, I'm really not surprised by him saying these things. It really sounds like something he would say, especially looking at the women that he's dated before. No shocker there. He definitely has a type. Everybody is entitled to have a preference. You can like light skin. You can like dark skin. You can like white, Black, Mexican, whatever you want to like. But when it comes to you disrespecting another shade or skin tone, that's when I have a problem with it. When you go out of your way to degrade Black women and, talk down on them, that's what I have a problem with it. You could date all the light skin, Hispanic, whatever women you want to date. But when you disrespect our Black women, that tells a lot about you as a person. The way he treats people and comes off in his videos, I'm really not surprised by his way of thinking, especially when the whole incident happened when Queen and Abby had their little disagreement and he felt the need to hop in female business, female beef when it really wasn't no beef that much to me, where I felt like a man had to hop in it. That showed a lot about him. Also being that, you know, before he hooked up and linked up with Queen, he went from 50,000 subscribers, and with her influence, he shot up to 1 million. He doesn't ever really, you know, give her credit, and he like comes off as if, you know, I'm Clarence, I'm a model, I got here because of me. No, you didn't get there because of you. You got there because they seen Queen recently got cheated on. Now she was hopping to a new dude, and people wanted to be nosy. People are not, you know, some people are following you because they like the way you look, but most of it is because Queen supporters want to see her every step. They want to see what she's doing. They want to see if she's moved on and got with another guy. They want to hang on to the idea of relationship goals. They want to see if, you know, this is a possible relationship for Queen. Most of this attention that you're getting all derives around Queen. If Queen comes out and says, you know, I don't really F with him, he was shady, he did this to me, that to me, not to say that he's being shady to her or anything like that, but if she comes out like that, all of his followers are going to be gone because they are supporters of her. And him standing on his own leg, he really isn't that interesting. Like, his vlogs are boring. People tune in when she is in the picture because they want to create this ideal of an unrealistic, perfect relationship. So I think that for him to be as cocky and arrogant about it just shows a lot about his character. And when he like shows off like the materialistic things that he has, and you know, he's even rubbing off on her. You know, before she wouldn't like flex her money on people. Now like she's even flexing like, oh, like look at what I have. And you know, it's very important to distinguish these types of characteristics. He's forgetting where he came from 2 months ago. Like, dude, you linked up with Queen like 2 months ago, and now you are riding her wave and you're getting money from her wave. So now you're getting big-headed when you haven't even solidified yourself as this quote-unquote model or entertainer. People always say, well, Clarence had a following before Queen. He was doing things before Queen. Okay, well, if he had all these things going on before he met Queen, why is he not still booked and busy? Shouldn't he be booked and busy with these modeling gigs to the point where he can't be up Queen's ass, riding her wave in every step that she takes? I mean, I don't understand. The dude is height challenged also. So, I mean, he could have a little short man complex going on. If you look at any pictures that he's standing next to any other guy, he's always the shortest person in the picture. So Clarence might, you know, he might be a little underdeveloped. He might be working with a little short man's complex. So let me not even go hard on him like that. At this point in my eyes, Queen has a Chris number 2. So good luck with that. Anyways, and with bringing up Queen, let me go on to the things that she had to say. Queen did a video talking about her experiences as a young girl, and in her video, she described, you know, black girls as being nappy-headed. Here's a clip from that video.
Black, nappy-headed, I'm sorry, y'all, but it seemed like always little nappy-headed girls would bully me. Like, they'd be jealous or something, like, what? Yes, they was. When I was little, I didn't do nothing to know. It seemed like always ugly people bullied me. Before y'all start going in, it don't have nothing to do with color, but them are always the people that bully me. It was always some little black little girls bullying me with some old little terrible hairstyles. But anyway.
I already did a video expressing my feelings and things about what I think about, you know, how Queen is as a person. So she's the only person that I'm going to spare in this video. I'm going to let you guys form your own opinion. Now, aside from that, that is the final YouTuber that I'm going to talk about in this video. And now let me give you my thoughts on the overall subject, on what I think about colorism as a whole, and, you know, young girls looking up to people who have these types of views and the effects of it. This is something that has been conditioned in the minds of black people for a very, very long time. You would think that since it's been quite a bit of time since slavery, that this way of thinking and this mentality would be a thing of the past. To be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that the light is being shed on this topic to create a lot more awareness and create dialogue so that these girls can understand that they are beautiful no matter what. I'm tired of these women thinking because they have a lighter skin complexion that they're better than the next. And I'm tired of these little black girls looking up to these women and idolizing these women and feeling that they're less than, they're not beautiful. So then they resort to bleaching their skin and not being happy with who they are. What's even crazier is this issue is so deep rooted that even the light-skinned women strive to be even lighter along the scales of being a white woman. A lot of these tweets come from a place of self-hate, and it's very sad and unfortunate that this is a cycle that's repeating itself over and over and over again. The biggest problem that I'm having is that the people who look up to them the most are little black girls that they are shunning, that they're dissing and degrading, and these girls are looking up to them and they're thinking that they don't meet their standard of beauty. And then it develops this deep insecurity to where they start feeling like they're not good enough. Then these light-skinned women start feeling like they're superior. And this whole sick, twisted cycle starts to recycle itself and go on and on and on. It's time that we address these things so that people could wake up and learn from it, and we can be a better people overall. And a lot of my videos recently, people think that I'm hating because I'm calling out certain behaviors. I'm calling out certain things from experience because I notice flaws. I'm not a perfect person, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend to you that I'm perfect, that I don't make mistakes, and that, I'm judging each person and, I feel like I'm better than. I don't. What I want to do is just, create dialogue so that people can be aware of certain things that are going on, certain things that may be happening, and they can identify within themselves and learn something from my videos. That's all I have for this video. I don't want to become too preachy. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my content and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, definitely hit that like and subscribe button right now. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think about it. Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, guys. Peace.